I've seen a bunch of crap about Ben Carson and comments he made. Um, and the issue I see here is the authoritarian liberal media spinning a story without a substantial basis. He mentioned they were slaves in comments, seconds before mentioning that they were immigrants as well. You can look up the definition of immigrant on dictionary.com, Merriam-Webster, look in the dictionary, Oxford Dictionary. It doesn't matter which dictionary. You will not see any necessity of consent. It's just people moving from one nation to another. It doesn't matter if they were forced in regards to that definition. That's not part of the criteria for immigration. If you look at the word immigration and how it's used, we also distinguish between immigrants and illegal immigrants. We still use the word immigrants both times, but when they're, other immigrants, we say illegal immigrants, or let's say they're Mexican immigrants, or Venezuelan immigrants, or Ecuadorian immigrants, or Chinese immigrants. We use immigrant as a description, and then we further specify what we're talking about. When you use the generalization immigrant, which he did, you're leaving it open. And from my understanding of what he was saying, he was mentioning that the slaves were immigrants too, and they also wanted us to have a great country in the future. Whether that's true or not, whether they were thinking about having a great country, probably not on the boat or whatever, but regardless of that, his words, or what he was saying, they had dreams for the future. I'm sure that's true matter. That's true for all of us every day of our lives for the most part. He didn't really say specifically anything about the country. And no, it didn't make it seem like they chose to come here and had that again. Let me simplify this with another example. A banana is a fruit. An orange is a fruit. They are both fruits. Just because it's a banana doesn't mean that it's not a fruit because an orange is a fruit. They're both fruits. But an orange is not a banana and a banana is not an orange, but they are both fruits. Slaves were slaves and immigrants. They were both. The two have nothing to do with each other. And forcing them to have something to do with each other for some sort of political purposes, and then spinning that story to totally smear Ben Carson, that's wrong. Especially since there's enough dumb shit he's done legitimately where that's not necessary, and it takes away from the credibility of the people going against him. This is literally the guy this is one of my things with Ben Carson. I believe he did this twice. He fell asleep behind the wheel with his wife in the car, and wrecked, and he didn't die, and when he was speaking on this, talking about it, he was like, thank God he had a plan, he helped me survive and all that crap. Not specifically word for word, but along those lines, and never once acknowledged that, maybe I should be more careful, and not do that again. And then 2 years later, he did it again. But I think I don't know, like I said, it's that extreme religious thing where he's not a dumb guy. I'm going to tell you right now, he's not stupid, but he's religious and strongly believes in certain things. And that creates a logic bypass of sort, religion and beliefs, and even non-religious beliefs. Like certain people have certain rituals and beliefs that they're not going to give up, and we're supposed to be respectful of that in this country. And it feels to me, and I'm a liberal myself, so it frustrates me. It feels to me that the authoritarian left is forcing everybody to only say what they agree with, but then saying they're for free speech and oppose censorship. But then they censor everything they don't agree with, and that's pissing not only the right off, the Republicans, it's pissing the other liberals off that believe in the Constitution and freedom of speech. And that created the same divide that put Trump into office. So, I mean, continuing the same crap is not helping. It's not. Arguing over Ben Carson and him saying slaves were immigrants, especially since it's true. I mean, they two have nothing to do with each other. That's stupid. Why waste time on dumb shit like that? But liberal authoritarians will do as they will, and they will spin as they do, just like the authoritarian Republicans spin as they will and spin as they do. But I just think it's stupid, and I think that it's dishonest, and I think it takes away from the credibility of both sides more than they already are. That's just my take.